Piano. Today we'll be making Minnie Mouse candy jars. Now this part is pretty simple. We only need circles to place on the bottom part of our candy jar. Pretty simple. On Design Space, we're going to go ahead and click on Shapes, click on Circle, size the circle 0.8 by 0.8, and that is it. We go ahead and click on, before we click on Make It, we unlocked 0.8, 0.8. We lock it. We don't need to change colors. If you notice on your right hand side, it says cut. It's not a print and cut, it's a cut. Meaning you will load your cardstock, whatever color you're using, you'll load it to your machine and it will cut this image on your cardstock. Let's click on Make It. On this side, you will go ahead and your copies, let's say we need 50 little dots. And we click Apply. If you only need 50, you don't have to use a 12 by 12 cardstock. We just go ahead and click on that arrow and change it to an 8.5 by 11. If you still want to continue to fill, and let's say you have several Minnie Mouse candy jars to make, or you just simply want to save them, what you can do is, let's go ahead and click on 100 and apply. And it changes it to a 12 by 12 because most likely it won't fit on an 8.5 by 11. And it does fit. So we're missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like maybe let's do 109. And it will change it back to a 12 by 12. Click on it. And 8.5 by 11, you have one left. What you do, just go ahead, because if you put 108, it will take one out from the mat number 1. Click on that mat number 2, click on that actual image, click on the 3 little dots and hide selected because we only need these right here. So let's go ahead, and once you do that, we click on continue. When you're on this side of your canvas, what we do is we select the machine you'll be using. You set your material from your machine, your dial little knob, you set it to cardstock. Right here, you set it to cardstock. Then you load your mat, you stick your cardstock to your mat, you load your mat, and then you press your flash and go button. Once you're done cutting all your circles, I'll see you back at the table. Okay, we are back. We have our cutouts, our circles. We're going to be using ribbon, twinkle pink, and black acrylic craft paint. We have a 4-inch clay pot, 4-inch fish bowl, and 3-inch saucer. What am I missing? Oh, we have we have two 2-inch foam balls, and that's about it. What I do first is I gave it one coat on the saucer and clay pot. While that's drying, I'll just go ahead and take my fish bowl and just take off that sticker. You can use any cleaner you want. You can use plain water. I use this. It has a nice smell to it. It's all-purpose cleaner. It smells like ocean. Anyways, that's what I use. Or just water. Let it sit. While that sits, so you can take that off, we're going to go ahead and do the coat, the first coat for the inside of the sauce. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Let me just go ahead and wait. You know what? Let me just take this out. This will come out easily now. Just rub it in a little bit. Oh, rub it, and it will come off completely. No need to be using a knife, a sponge. You're done. Take a cloth, clean it, and it's done. Okay, you're good to go. Now we set it aside and finish painting this, and I'll be back. So let's go ahead and take our 2-inch foam balls and let's paint them. It's just for me to rest these here so they can dry. Let's get the middle of this foam ball. And let's go ahead and start with this one. These can be 2 coats would be fine. Let's set that aside to dry. And I'm going to add a cover for this because I don't want to paint it in the inside because I will have to do like 2 coats. So I'll just go ahead and get a piece of felt or a piece of foam and place it here. I just move this aside while that dries. It's gonna take a few minutes, maybe half hour, 20 minutes to dry because I put a lot on it. We'll cover this later on. Let me just get the felt, not the felt, the foam so we can cover it. Okay, I have, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit here. Okay. I have my foam and it has adhesive on the back. So what I do is I'll just place my clay pot. You can use a pen or a, let me see if this pen works. Pen, a marker, whatever, and just make the circle so you can go ahead and cut it out. There we go. Put this aside and just cut it. You don't have to cut it perfect. Try cutting on the actual line, the actual circle. That way when you place it on your clay pot, it will cover it. Don't worry if it overlaps your clay pot because you can just go ahead with the knife and cut the trim off. If you cut too short, that's the problem. That will be a problem. Cutting too big will be fine. Hopefully I didn't cut short. Then I will have to cut it again. Let's see. There we go. I cut it too big, which is perfectly fine. Because I can just trim it. Let me see. You can't even see it. No, I did not. Oh, I did not. Okay. Let me see. Let me turn it around, turn it around. No, I did not. So that is perfect. And I will get another one for this one right here. Sometimes I don't cover this. Sometimes I do. It all depends how I feel that day. So for the inner circle, I'll just cover the whole thing. That is perfect. That'll be fine because this will lay on top. Let's see how it looks. Let's go ahead and remove the backing. And we just go ahead and place it. And there we go, our circle. Okay. Oh my God, I painted. Look what happened when I was trying to make the circle with the pen. I don't think I can erase it. Let me see. Before I try and paint it, let me get my eraser. I'll just paint over it. I will paint over it a little bit. A little bit more paint, dabs of paint, and we cover that. There you go. And set it aside so it can dry. Don't worry about this not having felt, because once you place your jar on top, the lip of the jar will cover this part. Just like that. It will cover that part. Oh, let me not handle it that way. See? It'll cover that part. So mind that part. You don't have to. Okay. Now, I'm going to get my glue ready, my glue gun for the circles. Let me get my glue gun ready for the circles. I'm going to do that until this dries. Okay, well that dry. Let me put this little thing here. And so it'll drip, so I want it to drip on that little paper. Okay, well this dries. We're going to put on the circles. Well, this heats up. I'm going to put the bottom circle as well. Let me just remove it, the backing. Remove the backing. And let's go ahead. Oop, I don't want to touch it where I just painted. Oh, it's almost dry. And let's go ahead and let's place it on here. I think it's best if I turn it around and do it this way. Much better, Bema. Much better. Okay, there we go. It looks much better rather than someone seeing the inside. Not paint. I'd rather do this than be painting it. You don't have to add glue because the backing is really, really sticky. It will not come off easily. It will not, unless you like snap it off. Okay, we're good to go. Set that aside. Our glue is ready. Okay, we're going to start just gluing the dots in the bottom. Maybe like 4 dots in the bottom. Just put the hot glue and just glue them on the vase. Now that we have our dots, we're going to go ahead and, like I said, place the glue and set it aside to dry at least 24 hours. Okay, we're going to put it aside to dry. And let's take our lid. Let's take this aside. And we take our ribbon. Let's take the ribbon. Where are my... Okay, I have my ears. They already dried. We're going to go ahead and place the ears right here in the middle, in the corner. Hot glue, generous amount of hot glue, because this hot glue is not the one for the foam, so it will eat the foam a little bit. So let's just go ahead and press it down. And press this one down as well. And let's start making our bows. Okay, I have my 2 pins. You won't be able to see them. 2 pins. I'll just make my bows. Simple bows. Nothing much to it. Just a fold. And a second fold. Same length. And cut. And then you take your pin. Right in the center of your ribbon. And you go ahead and you will stick it on the ears. Turn it your side and you go ahead and you stick it on the ears. And then the next one we do the same. Okay, let me just go ahead and see if I have some candy. Something so you would see how it looks. Okay, I have some treats that I can just put a little bit in. But this most you can use for gumballs and any type of candy. Simple and quick Minnie Mouse candy jar. Thank you all for your support. Please subscribe if you're not. Look at all my other videos. Pretty helpful videos. And have a blessed day. And as usual, happy crafting.